We were exposed to both Western and Eastern culture at the same time. I used to read the comics and everything, so I grew up in that kind of atmosphere where both Western sort of influences and the normal indigenous influences worked.
I think in my early school days, my main interest was stars. I was really a film fan, and I used to read magazines like Photoplay and Film Pictorial and things like that. But then, gradually, I think early years in college, I became more and more interested in the directorial aspect of filmmaking. I became aware of the director, and I was reading up on people like John Ford, Ernst Lubitsch, William Wyler, Frank Capra, and looking for their speciality in a film, their sort of special characteristics. They were very, very well-crafted films. So my education really is based on these extremely well-written, well-directed, well-shot, well-acted films of the 30s and 40s.
Mr. Jean Renoir, the French director.
In 49, I think, he came to Calcutta to look for locations for the river. I was an advertising man at that time, and it so happened that the agency where I worked was quite near the hotel where he was staying. So I just went and presented myself as a student of the cinema, and I got to know him quite well because he was comparatively free at that time in the evenings, and I would often sort of drop in, and that was very, very important for me. The talks that I had with him, even before I had seen his French films.
Renoir told me, why don't you make a film if you're so interested? Why don't you give up what you're doing and go into filmmaking? I said, well, I have an idea to make this kind of a film, and I described the story. He said, do it. It sounds marvelous. This was on his first visit.
It was only after I decided on Pathir Panchali, after reading the book when I illustrated it, that the idea of turning that into a film and directing myself occurred to me. So that was that.
So I am a product of both East and West, almost equally. But as a filmmaker, my roots are deep in India.